Welcome to the award-winning Think TPMS, Think Autogem program. This series of videos will help you understand TPMS, offering both theoretical and practical advice to ensure your business profits from this product range.
So how can Autogem make a difference to your business? The award-winning Think TPMS, Think Autogem program remains the most effective end-to-end solution for TPMS. And after 5 years, it is still evolving at a rapid rate. 2013 saw the release of our impressive iSensor TPMS technology. iSensor is the most cost-effective solution available and has proven massively successful, making the lives of tyre technicians up and down the country a lot easier, their job flow much more efficient, and importantly, this allows their businesses to quickly turn a profit from this burgeoning sector. We have improved both our training content and our methods of delivering the training required. We have also given our customers access to an instant chat facility via our website, allowing them to communicate directly with a TPMS specialist in their moment of need. Over 1,000 tyre technicians have been trained by us to date, from small family businesses to the most established names in the industry. Hundreds of iSensor tools are now being used daily, and thousands of sensors have already been sold. We are proud to be leading the way with TPMS.
Our dedicated specialists first assess your business requirements, taking into account your existing equipment, knowledge and type of service you carry out. We then provide you with the appropriate recommended entry requirements specific to your business. The rollout and installation phase begins with our unique pre-installation checklist to ensure your business is ready to go live on day one with the all-important training, equipment and marketing support you require.
At Autogem, we are able to cater for a number of training options. We have developed a deep knowledge base maintained by our TPMS specialists, allowing us to utilize these new methods effectively and help spread the essential knowledge we have been gathering. Our customers are now able to learn about TPMS through our web learning modules. Simply watching our videos and reading through the training material, they are able to work through multiple TPMS topics. We then ask some basic questions and a few more testing ones, after which we expect to award a certificate to mark their success. We also continue to cater for those that prefer their training on-site and in person, with full-day courses available to any business anywhere in the UK, and also train the trainer courses for businesses that want the flexibility to train their staff internally.
The training program revolves around maximising revenue for the tyre technician, by helping the installer identify where revenue can be earned and by helping the retailer sell to the end customer, covering every aspect of TPMS, including product awareness, electronic diagnosis of TPMS systems, and handling and fitting of TPMS components and the correct use of tools. We then supplement our training with a vast array of support materials such as product supplements, regularly updated application charts, technical bulletins, training and support videos, as well as a dedicated TPMS technical support team available at the end of the phone to answer any of your queries you may have, especially when you have a car on the ramp. This ensures that we are more of a technical partner to the tyre technician rather than just being a product distributor, by providing the fastest possible rate of return on your investment. As the UK's pioneering supplier of TPMS products and support, we are committed to staying at the forefront of this technology as it develops further. We will continue to offer the most comprehensive program available to the UK market.
Why are we talking about TPMS? What does TPMS mean? TPMS is an acronym for Tyre Pressure Monitoring Systems. In simple terms, these are electronic safety systems that have been built into many vehicles over the last decade to inform the driver of tyre pressure issues and sudden deflations caused by punctures. TPMS will soon become standard fitment to all the vehicles we purchase. From 2012, there is introduction of European legislation, which means eventually every new vehicle will be fitted with TPMS. Despite legislation only recently coming into effect, in 2011 there were already around 2 million cars in the UK fitted with some form of TPMS. Effective from the 1st of November 2012, all new vehicle models introduced into Europe will have to be fitted with TPMS. TPMS phase-in then begins up to the 1st of November 2014. In this 2-year period, the vehicle manufacturers will be preparing for a full rollout of TPMS across all their models. After the 1st of November 2014, every single new vehicle sold in the European market will have to be fitted with TPMS at manufacture. TPMS will also become effective as part of the MOT in 2015. As all passenger vehicles that were registered on or after January 1st, 2012, with 4 or more wheels, 8 or fewer passenger seats, and fitted with TPMS as standard, will be tested for correctly functioning pressure monitoring system. It is also important to note that private hire vehicles could actually be tested for TPMS right now, as the stricter MOT regulations for these vehicles means that their roadworthiness tests have to be carried out annually no matter what the age of the vehicle is. By the end of 2015, 90% of all vehicles under 4 years old will be fitted with TPMS, which equates to around 10 million cars. With the increased numbers of vehicles and MOT legislation kicking in, it is expected that there will be a natural requirement for correct maintenance of these TPMS systems. This legislation has been introduced primarily with environmental benefits in mind. Numerous surveys have been conducted by governments, road safety bodies, manufacturers and environmentalists the world over. All of these conclude that many vehicles on the road today are being driven with tyres below the recommended pressures. Many of these vehicles are even being driven with tyre pressures that would be categorised as dangerously low, increasing the risk of road accidents. So how does tyre pressure affect the environment and road safety? Correctly inflated tyres wear evenly, unlike underinflated tyres which wear excessively at the shoulders, or overinflated tyres which wear excessively at the crown of the tyre. So correct tyre pressures ensure the tyres last a full life and need replacing less often. Correctly inflated tyres also maximise fuel efficiency, with underinflated tyres proven to drastically affect the MPG of a vehicle due to excessive friction between the car and the road. With correctly inflated tyres performing as designed, the driver will experience optimal vehicle handling, optimal braking distances, and less chance of aquaplaning in wet conditions. The TPMS system alert allows the driver to be informed of any tyre pressure issues. The driver can then seek to rectify this before it becomes a critical safety issue, safeguarding themselves, their passengers, and other road users. Overall, proper tyre life and optimal fuel economy from correctly inflated tyres means there will be less CO2 created in the production and use of vehicles fitted with TPMS. What types of TPMS are there? There are 2 main types of TPMS systems fitted to the cars throughout the world: indirect and direct. Indirect systems utilise the vehicle's anti-lock braking technology to record and compare the number of wheel revolutions against some preset parameters in order to estimate the relative tyre pressure. These calculations can take time, so the warning to the driver can be long after any pressure issue actually occurs. Unfortunately, these systems can also be extremely inaccurate, as they rely on a perfect set of conditions in order to operate effectively. Tyre type and wear, driving conditions, and correct system setup are all factors which can affect the ability of indirect systems to perform correctly. Another problem experienced with indirect TPMS is that anyone with access to the vehicle can inadvertently, or in some cases deliberately, reset these systems, even though the tyre pressures may not be correctly set. This is the only safety system fitted to vehicles today that can be so easily overridden. These systems are cheaper to implement though, as they use existing technology from within the vehicle. These systems are also relatively cheap to maintain. Direct TPMS systems, on the other hand, utilise a sensor that is commonly mounted to the base of the special tyre valve fitted in each wheel. These sensors collect actual data from within the tyre and transmit this data wirelessly to the vehicle computer. This data can be used to alert the driver of low pressures or punctures within seconds of any faults occurring. Direct TPMS sensors can also transmit other pieces of data, including air temperature within the tyre and battery status of the sensor. Unfortunately though, all of the extra technology required for direct systems to work does come at a more substantial cost to the vehicle manufacturer, and regular maintenance of direct TPMS systems is required, making them more costly to the driver too. Direct TPMS is the most accurate TPMS technology and can be retrofitted to almost any vehicle on the road. It is important that any business wanting to be involved with TPMS understands the different revenue opportunities available to them so that they are able to maximize them accordingly. The most obvious revenue stream is the replacement of sensors. Ideally, sensor replacement should only be required when the sensor battery becomes depleted and can no longer transmit. However, over 90% of the sensors that are replaced in the largest TPMS market, the USA, are due to physical damage to the sensors. This damage can be caused by mishandling of the sensors, by the use of components that are not compatible with the sensors, or simply due to their exposure to the elements 24/7. The good news is that the sensors can now be replaced in a couple of ways. You could use the traditional OE sensors to replace old TPMS sensors, or you could utilize programmable universal sensors such as our iSensors. iSensors can be used to replace the vast majority of OE sensors in the UK market, at a cost that is often significantly cheaper than the OE2. One of the additional benefits of using iSensors is that the ability to clone old sensors. By creating a clone of an old sensor, the vehicle believes that the old sensor has become active again. This means that you do not need to worry about resetting the ECU via any of the time-consuming methods. More details about iSensor can be found in the dedicated iSensor videos on our website. The next important revenue opportunity is the servicing of sensors. Sensor manufacturers all agree that these sensors should be periodically serviced, in the same way that our standard rubber valve is simply replaced. Servicing maintains the physical integrity of the devices and minimises the effects of the onset of environmental corrosion. The recommendation is that the TPMS sensors should be serviced at a minimum every bead break, be it for a tyre repair or replacement. A sensor service would usually consist of replacing the sealing components and fastening components, such as the valve cap, valve core, locking nuts, sealing washers, and rubber grommets. In some instances, a replacement valve stem may also be available. We have developed a complete range of service kits and also a popular service kit assortment to help make this process simple. Fitting sensors to winter wheels or separate track wheels is also a good opportunity, especially with more and more people now running a winter tyre set on their vehicles. For these scenarios, iSensor can be used to create a complete set of cloned sensors, which can be fitted to the second wheel set ready for the seasonal or track day changeover. This allows the TPMS system to work as normal, without any need to remove the original sensors from the first set of wheels and fit to the second set. In some cases, an ECU reset cannot be avoided. When this scenario arises, it may be a case of simply pressing a button within the vehicle and driving the car a little. Some other systems require the car to be driven for a longer period of time at a certain minimum speed. Or finally, with some vehicles, you may need to utilize a tool to plug directly into the vehicle and reset the system electronically. This final type of ECU reset does require a tool that is able to communicate with the vehicle ECU and should also be a chargeable service to the customer. Aftermarket kits are also proving more and more popular now, with many drivers experiencing TPMS in one vehicle and deciding they would like this same functionality added to a car that was not fitted with TPMS as standard. These aftermarket kits are also becoming more and more reasonably priced and can be easily installed to almost any vehicle by a competent tyre professional.
Think TPMS, think Autogem.